So, Amy.
Zachary.
Liz.
Zachary.
I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't know if y'all knew this, but I was kind of down bad yesterday. You're familiar with the Hot Ones?
I'm familiar.
The people.
The Sean Evanses? Chris Evans?
Indeed. Who's Chris Evans?
That's Captain America. Anyway, Sean Evans has a Hot Ones show where he makes the very famous people eat the very hot sauce and ask it a question. And I bring it up because a friend of mine bought the commemorative 10 sauce set, asked said questions with the 10 sauces. And I, being someone who's been really mean to Midwesterners for not eating, for thinking ketchup's a little too spicy for them, I'm here to make a public apology. I'm here to make a public apology. This is a press conference, so thank you all for coming to cover this very important moment. I did y'all dirty. It turns out there are spices that are too spiced. It turns out that there is actually a limit out there, and maybe I was too quick to judge, and having voided my bowels for the last 24 hours. I wanted to let y'all know that you can girl boss too close to that spicy sun. And Iowa, I'm sorry.
Which one did you top out at?
So I went all the way through. The way, I don't know if the sauces change from time to time, but or it wasn't until 8 where it really became a problem. That was, of course, Da Bomb, if you're a fan of the show. And it was, in fact, very, very, very bad. It didn't taste particularly good, but it did ruin me. And it ruined me in such a way that I thought, like, it can't get any worse, right? And then I tasted, the sauce 9 hit my tongue, and I saw the face of God.
Was he kind?
No, I was a sinner in the hands of an angry God, and I wept. I wept for my lost innocence. I wept for the sins I had committed against Iowa, besmirching its name, dragging its name into this fire. I didn't taste number 10. I put it in my mouth. It went down my gob. But there was I don't remember that sauce. There was no sauce there.
How do you recover from something like that? Like, do you drink milk?
Juice cleanse,
Are you ranching?
You black out. That's key. That's really key to my speed run, the hot sauce challenge. You black out, and then you take a fistful of Tums.
Yeah.
That's I think that's the dosage requirement, is a fistful of preferably the smoothie flavor Tums.
Those are so good.
They just kind of taste like Smarties. They're very good.
Mm-hmm.
And like a whole loaf of bread.
It was horrific. I did unspeakable damage to my body, and I needed to come clean. That Midwest, I'm wrong for that, and I'm sorry.
I have a question now.
What do you got, Liz?
Was it worth it?
To see the face of God, to realize, to experience ego death at the hands of a pepper. Yeah, dog, it was totally worth it.
Well, I'm glad for you then.
Is there video?
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I might or might not have some clips I can throw while the title music is playing.
Please.
For the last down. Are you bad or are you mad? There are I like to have a definition of origin and a sample size. I've limited them to these words. I have a function of skill word. Woo, that is your word. You are still in the game. Your word is look at them, you're great. You are like shit. Hey, go. I'm around. Ben, you are in. You are out. That's like a little dog. Like spiritualist. You want to do another?
Welcome to Cornhole Champions, Iowa Starting Line's weekly podcast where we throw bags at the state's biggest stories. I'm Zachary Oren Smith. Happy Wednesday. And I'm joined today by Iowa Starting Line's newsletter editor and literary architect, Amie Rivers. Hello, Amie.
Hello.
And our eyes and ears across Iowa, video correspondent Liz Fleming, probably known best as Liz from Iowa. Hi, Liz.
Hello.
Our first story today, Congress has passed a bill cutting $1.1 billion in federal funding for the Corporation of Public Broadcasting. That's money that was already approved for the next 2 years. While this move targets NPR and PBS nationally, those are the two agencies probably most quoted in Republicans who supported the bill. The real impact is going to be for local stations that rely on this funding to keep the lights and transmitters running. For Iowa's public media outlets, it's not just about losing money. It's about losing some vital services that connect rural communities to news, emergency alerts, and each other. The two major agencies affected by these cuts in Iowa are Iowa PBS and Iowa Public Radio. I wanted to start by asking, do y'all have a favorite public media show? Is there one that y'all like to listen to, tune in for?
I grew up on Sesame Street, of course, plus like the science shows like Nova, the animal shows. I had to look this one up on Google, apparently Kratz Creatures.
What is Kratz Creatures?
It was a couple of brothers and they just like were like, hey guys, and it was like one of those like segments on like late night TV where they bring out animals, except for it was a whole show and they'd like go on location and stuff. It was great. I mean, I was a kid who was obsessed with animals, so like These are my favorites. And of course you can't forget Carmen Sandiego.
Classic.
Rockapella, baby. So,
classic. Yeah, I had a crush on Carmen Sandiego. There was that hat did something for me.
So mysterious. So suave.
So
Where
mysterious.
is she?
Truly. She has a passport. That was a big deal for me.
That is a big deal. I was a big PBS kid too. Like Mr. Rogers kind of shaped me into the person I am. Barney. Arthur.
Oh, Barney.
Arthur.
I'm still part of like Facebook groups where they reference old Arthur clips, and I appreciate that. It's comforting. It's classic. I loved Arthur. I think that was my favorite show growing up.
For me, I have a pretty like contemporary relationship with it. I'm a huge for Iowa PBS's Iowa Press remains like one of my favorite shows on TV. It's conversations you won't hear anywhere else. Big folks still come to it, right? The governor, Congress people who don't speak to media at all, in most cases, will show up for those conversations. And I always think it's great. Other than that, I mean, I worked on River to River and Talk of Iowa over at Iowa Public Radio. So got to put some love on those two names. I don't know if y'all know this, but it's very rare for public radio stations to have more than one daily talk show. And so like Iowa Public Radio kind of has this like, oddly enough, has this kind of really robust talk team, which is kind of exciting.
And the Studio One, I mean, to have that right here in Cedar Falls, like that was always so amazing. And now they've got the app, like all day music, like love it. I basically have it on all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for like local music coverage, like, where else are you gonna go? I mean, they're I don't know. It's really impressive what they're able to offer on a budget that is facing serious cuts. Iowa PBS will lose $3.5 million, with the largest in their 55-year history. I think I was looking at it. I was looking at the registrar's report on it, and Iowa PBS told them that this is something like 25 jobs that are connected directly to this funding from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Iowa Public Radio will lose $1 million. That accounts for about 10% of its budget. Which is a huge cut. It means they're going to stop there. They have some open positions that they're just not going to fill, right? That includes a northeastern Iowa reporter. I think Grant Leo Winter was the last person in that position, but they were planning to fill it. But because, we have one less storyteller in that important northeastern section of the state because of these cuts.
It's me, guys. It's just me now.
It's just you. It's just Amie Rivers holding it down.
Me and a handful of folks at the Courier, Waterloo, Cedar Falls Courier. Yeah.
What's funny is I remember back when I joined IPR in 2021, I think it was like right as the Iowa Board of Regents, the governor-appointed agency that sets budgets for the state. that was the year, like I just signed the dotted line, and the Board of Regents voted to cut completely their the money that they used to give to Iowa Public Radio. And I remember my mom called and was like, "Hey, so I saw this story. Do you still have a job?" And I had to like, it's gonna be fine. I like was like gaslighting it's gonna be fine. I'm not worried about it. I think the lesson though has been Iowa Public Radio has been really conservative in its decision on when to grow and where to grow. Yeah. They didn't invest heavily in the podcast boom, right? While they have some podcast products, they didn't throw a ton of manpower behind these projects. And ultimately because they didn't invest in that bubble, they didn't get hurt by the bust, right? And consequently, I mean, I don't know. I think there are a lot of smart folks over there. There are a lot of smart folks over there trying to make ends meet, and there's a voracious audience out there. I've always found working there that the people just loved on some Iowa Public Radio, except during Pledge Week, which for whatever reason that was the one where folks were just like jackasses. And I was like, I gotta turn off the radio. I couldn't listen any longer.
They keep asking for money.
How dare they?
Yeah, right. U.S. Representative Ashley Hinson was quoted saying, "President Trump is the first president to actually deliver on real savings for the American people and end the culture of unchecked wasteful spending in Washington. He knows you work hard for your money, and I'm proud to fight alongside the president to ensure not a dime of it being wasted on things like male circumcisions in Mozambique, gender diversity in the Mexican street lighting industry, and Sesame Street in Iraq, and left-wing propaganda at NPR and PBS. She notably did not mention the jobs here in Iowa that she cut through this. So
it seems like Ashley is forgetting where she came from. How long has she been in DC? Does she forget her entire journalism career in Iowa? Like, did that just completely go out the door when she entered DC?
Right.
Power is a hell of a drug, and I'm sure donor money is an even better drug. Just as a note, Iowa Public Radio manages the state's emergency alerting system.
What do we need that for?
Yeah, what do we need folks that can get a radio signal to have access to information when there are emergencies that they need to react to. Yeah, so it's just a tremendous loss of resources. It should go without saying that while we here at Iowa Starting Line are all about trying to fund our work and trying to put our best step forward, if you aren't a contributor to your local public media station, I think it goes without noting that we lose these resources when we do not support them. So I hope you'll consider making a donation to Iowa Public Radio and Iowa PBS. And with that, let's take a break.